Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4 to test out another brand new car here in the game. This time again it is brand new, as with the Velociraptor last week, because we do have the Porsche 911 reimagined by Singer, or the Singer Porsche basically, which does now have the correct image for it. So when this was first updated, and in the Forza stream I think, it showed, I think it was a Sport Classic or something, but it was some other 911 that's not been in the game for a while, which has been spotted in the Horizon 4 files, so the rumours are that that's going to be added at some point soon. But yeah, they have now corrected this, and we do have the 1990 Porsche 911 on here, which is interesting because I always thought they looked older, but I guess until the kind of 2000s Porsches they did look exactly the same, or very, very similar. I'm sure there are some slight differences. But yes, it is available for 50% of the summer season here on Horizon 4, so if you want to go and do that, that's kind of roughly what it looks like if you want to complete the right amount. So I've actually got myself another M3 GTS and Aston Martin in the process. So anyway, yeah, as always, I'm just doing enough to get the car, because that's all I'm interested in. But yeah, we do now have the Singer 911. So if we go into My Cars and find this, we can then take it out for a drive, and I'll tell you a little bit about the car before we come back and see what upgrades and customization are available. So here it is, brand new Singer. I'm not actually sure about the wheels on this. I think they look a little bit odd, but anyway. So yeah, the one in here is based on a 1990 Porsche 911, but basically Singer will transform any 911 between 89 and 94, so I guess that's this model basically. It'll cost you about £1.4 million, but you can have your very own custom 90s Porsche 911, which looks a bit like this. And why is it so expensive? Well, basically they rebuild the whole thing. Oh, we're getting invites. Please don't invite me. Basically all the panels are made of carbon fibre, or a lot of them are, replaced with lighter panels. So it's a lightweight, more driver-focused car. And yeah, the engine is worked on by Cosworth. I think they actually did a special edition in collaboration with Williams as well, but generally they are worked on by Cosworth. So yeah, it's 493 horsepower, 3.9 litre engine. I don't know if that's quite what it came with as a Porsche originally, or how much that's been upgraded. But yeah, it would be interesting to see if they do add that Sport Classic that was in the image that I spoke about earlier. But yeah, that's kind of about the car. The other thing is, the guy who set it up, I found a bit out about while I was trying to figure out more about the car. He was actually a vocalist in a band, so that's why it's called Reimagined by Singer, because it was reimagined by a singer. But not only that, he was born and grew up in Norfolk, where I live, and that's where he was based in a band before he moved to California to set up Singer, which I find kind of interesting. So all these Porsche customizers, I think Magnus Walker was similar, wasn't he? But obviously that's not a business, that's for his own cars, but similar kind of idea, modified old Porsches. But anyway, yeah, they kind of do it in a race-inspired way with the filler cap on the front, like old Porsches. But yeah, you can basically have these built however you want, completely customizable, really, really cool things. Very, very expensive and probably overpriced for what they are, but I do love these. It's the ultimate classic 911. If you're going to have a classic 911, it would have to be a Singer one. They're just brilliant. I do love this thing. It'll be interesting to see, actually. So this starts S1855, how it compares to the other modified Porsche. We've got the Gunther Works one, which, if I can find it, mine's 849, which is slightly upgraded, but they're not that far off each other. Same kind of idea, similar kind of performance. It might be quite interesting to compare the two at some point. But yeah, it was interesting finding out about the guy behind it, who used to be in a band very local to where I live. and who also happens to be related to somebody from the Iron Maiden band as well. So, yeah, quite an interesting guy. He went and set up this company. And they really do focus on getting all the details correct and doing these stunning builds completely to how the customer wants them. Right, well, we find ourselves conveniently near a house over there, so we'll head over there, see what upgrades and customization are available, but it really does drive very well. It's a lovely interior, although we can't quite get a good view of the seats from here. But yeah, completely reworked version of the 911. I really, really do love these things. It's probably going to be my favourite car from this update, although I do quite like what they're putting in. I'm surprised this was allowed in, because they're a bit funny, Singer, about allowing people to film their cars even in real life and stuff like that. They're a bit difficult, apparently, so yeah, I don't know how Forza managed to get this in. Anyway, let's take a look. I'd hope there's some kind of customization, because in real life you can do kind of whatever you want to these, but that's just... I mean, what even is that? What is that going to even do? Actually, I know I said about they looked weird in the pause menu. They are the classic Porsche style. I do quite like those. I don't know why they look so odd in the menu. We will widen the tyres, but not upgrade them, I think. And bring these out a bit, even though they're already kind of pretty much brought out to the width of the car. I'll also do the transmission bits, as always, but probably won't add any power to this one. Oh, we might do some... Oh, it's already on lowered suspension. These will help with the handling a bit, but it's already kind of an upgraded 911. So there's not that much you'd want to do. You can't even upgrade the engine that we've got in here, presumably because it's already been upgraded. You can swap in another engine. You can make it all-wheel drive, and you can twin-turbo it, which we're not going to do. 863 is plenty powerful enough. We'll see if anybody's made any nice designs and paints, but it'd be quite interesting to see if the layer groups work with the stripes. I would hope they would, but Forza is interesting in how it decides things like that. Right, let's have a quick look at these. Really, I want a... There was one that was done, there was a stunning purple metal flake kind of colour. I was hoping we were going to find somewhere in here, but apparently not. There are no colour groups, I don't think, so if you paint it, that's just going to happen. I mean, not that that's necessarily a bad thing. I really like that, actually. What interior have we got on here? Okay, we've got the Recaros. We don't have the really nicely finished interior that we have on some of them. But yeah, obviously the modern headlights, modern tail lights. I kind of like that orangey yellow. And obviously we've got something like a classic Porsche green or something would be cool. But I was kind of hoping we could put on like a... Which, if I could be bothered, we could make like a metal flake purple. I think I'm going to go with that. I like that. So yes, we lose the Porsche lettering, which if I was going to spend some time on it, I might make again and stick over it. But I really don't understand why the manufacturer stickers like that disappear in Forza. They should be a separate colour option like they are, like you get on some cars, the kind of double paint options. But yeah, I don't know if this would be good for racing. I mean, it's very light, so maybe, but it's already an S1, so the class I'd probably usually use a classic 911 in I would imagine would be around A-Class, so yeah. Don't necessarily think it's going to be useful for racing, but that's not really the point, is it? It's just supposed to be a very, very nice thing to own. Look at it, it's stunning. It's just like a 911 but better looking. And perfectly finished. Okay, this one's got the bucket seats and not the nicely finished interior, but it's all about the details on these. And it is a very cool car. I do love these things. And if I ever had £2 million and had already bought all the other supercars and things I like, then I do think it's too much for what it is, because a classic 911 is not even £100,000, and this is 1.4 million, so obviously there's a reason for that. They're hand built and they've got all the carbon fibre and engine bits, but it is just too expensive. But in Forza we can enjoy driving it about for nothing, so yeah, I do really, really like this thing. So if you haven't already gone and won it, I really do recommend you go and get it. 50% off summer season to get one of these. It is funny because I'm not really a fan of Porsches. I mean, I like the classic 911, but I'm not massively into them. I just love these things. Yeah, I do really recommend you go and get it. It may not particularly be useful for racing or anything, but it's a nice thing to own, even if it is just in Forza. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one. And I do kind of look forward to the 8 Series and the AMG Hammer that we've got coming up soon. But yeah, that probably is going to do it for a first look at this Singer 911. So yeah, what have we got coming up? Oh, not change. No, no, no. Festival playlist, please. So, that is the Porsche 911 reimagined by Singer, which was reimagined by an actual singer, which is why it's called that, which I never knew, and makes complete sense. Anyway, that is the car for this week. If you didn't see the Velociraptor video last week, that went up same time last week, if you want to see what I thought of that. But yeah, next week, again a 50% prize, which is a little bit annoying, because I don't want to have to do 50% of a championship. But anyway, next week is the 850 CSI, which I think has been in a previous Forza game, but I do like that car, so that'll be interesting to have a go with. Then into winter, I don't think we have anything in winter, so no car that week. And then following on from that, in spring, we have the AMG Hammer Coupe, which is just for one event, so that'll be nice. Although it means I won't get 50% overall festival playlist, and I won't get a car backstage pass again, which I didn't manage to do last time. But anyway, that's fine. I already have all of those cars, I think. But yeah, that is going to do it for a first look at the Porsche 911 reimagined by Singer, a car I really, really do like. In the real world and in Forza, it's nice to drive, but might not be competitive. But yeah, that is going to do it for a first look at the car, so thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next video very soon.